for these cars here, it says for a cold start, you pump the gas 3 times. Told you. Now you try leaving a car that was made, let's say, last year in a garage for 3.5 months and see if that thing will start. Chances are it won't. Hood wasn't closed all the way. So what's going on, everyone? It's your buddy Pro here, and it's Moto Monday. Finally, long awaited, I got the Falcon out. This is a 1963.5 Ford Falcon. This is the Sprint. This is the model that was the predecessor of the Ford Mustang, the very famous Ford Mustang, the car that is known almost unanimously around the world. This was the building block for that car. It's a convertible, if you couldn't tell by now. Okay, in 1963, Ford tried to break all the other small cars on the market. They said, you know what? People are getting out of high school, they want these fast, powerful cars. And there wasn't anything in the Ford lineup that was sporty enough to throw a V8 in. Their solution was to make this, the Ford Falcon Sprint. They had a couple different versions of this vehicle out there. Unfortunately, none of them had the V8 like this one does. This one, because it is 1963 and that one half is very important. That is when they decided to put the V8 engine into it. I'm saying the next year they came out with the Mustang, and that was a huge accomplishment for Ford. They sold so many of these cars. Now the whole thing was, when they built this car in 1963.5, they only made 4,602 of these cars. Now that's not a very high number, considering the next year they decided to make over 10,000 of these vehicles due to demand. And this was the first time that Ford actually put the V8 into its cars. This car currently, right now, right out of the factory, it had a 260 cubic inch displacement engine. It was a V8, it was a twin barrel. This thing was fast back in the day. It was so fast that this thing outsold GM and it outsold Chrysler. Another cool fact about this car was this was the first automobile to be featured in a commercial with Charles Schultz. Now, if you don't know who Charles Schultz is, I'm sure you would recognize him by Snoopy or Woodstock. Yeah, so you'd recognize Charles Schultz by Snoopy or by Woodstock. Those are some of the creative characters that he made. He also made Charlie Brown, and this was actually one of the first commercials to feature cartoon characters in it. I'm going to see if I can find the clip to show you. I don't know if I'll be able to. So I haven't really decided where we're going. Just filmed some stuff here. This car is absolutely amazing. Every single thing in this car is stock except for the radio. It's still got the original radio in it. The original radio still works. However, due to the technology day and age that we live in now, and CDs and MP3s and all that stuff, we actually hid a CD MP3 player underneath the dashboard. I'll show you that in a second as well. But yeah, just enjoy the drive. Just enjoy the ride, the thrill. Alright, so as I was saying, the interior is all original on this car. If you look right there, and you turn it to the side, that's actually the Lincoln logo right now. It's on all the seats. They took that badge. You know, this adds characteristics to the car. It would take absolutely no money at all to fix it, but the fact that it has that is the true story behind it. So that's added on, obviously, and that's added on, but everything else is stock. But yeah. I mean, look at that, a design on the door. You don't see shit like that now. That means people actually put time, effort, money, and thought into building this car. I mean, just look at that thing coming down the road. My apologies for the camera being a little shaky. This mount is not what it's cracking up to be. But I want to talk right now about a couple of things that if you have a car right now, you probably take it for granted. You know, you don't really appreciate it. Like, for instance, there's this little button on the floor in this car where if I want to use the windshield wipers, I have to freaking click the button with my foot. Instead of having a dial that you turn or a switch that you flick, you have to press a button. Then also, for the high beams, there's a little button down there. Click the button. Turns the high beam lights on and off. How about a choke? Does your car have a choke in it? Probably not. I wonder how many people that drive a Ford Mustang actually know that this was a car that inspired it. That this is the baby that grew up to become the Mustang. I wonder how many people actually know that. Oh my God, this freaking GoPro! Oh, there you go. Mount just broke. That's enough for the GoPro. Not screwing around that mount anymore. I'll tell you that much. I'm gonna go find something else or see if I can make something. It's like you got every single dial's as tight as it could be and it still loosens up. So I don't know if they want you to throw Loctite on it so you can only use it once or what, but finish up this drive here. Went back to Mikasa. There's a Mustang. Person has no idea that this is a car that inspired it. No idea. You know how, I don't know if they still do this or not, but when I owned a Wrangler, everybody who had a Wrangler that you would drive by, you kind of do like, hey, how you doing? Like the Jeep wave. That's what we called it, the Jeep wave. Do people in Mustangs do that? I don't know. Pull up right behind this other convertible right here. This little piece of shit Mazda convertible. Mazda MX-5. This convertible is a lot nicer, I would have to say. Alright, my friends, that is going to do it for this episode of Moto Monday. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up. Comment down below what your favorite old car is, and I will do my best to try to get it featured on the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see more content like this, and I will be seeing everybody tomorrow.